the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, visited popular Islamic cleric Nnamdi Kanu at his residence in Kaduna State. Obi went there alongside his running mate, Dati Baba Ahmed, on Monday. Attended a conference organized by the Arewa Joint Committee. Well, there's been some division as regards his visit to the Islamic cleric. Some supporters of the presidential candidate have expressed mixed reactions. Dr. Baba Ahmed and I stopped for a courtesy call on Sheik Gumi at his official residence in Kaduna, Mr. Obi said in that tweet. Now, while the visit by the LP candidate, largely popular among Nigerian youth, may be seen as a mere political move ahead of the general poll, some of his supporters have, however, said they will withdraw their support for him. Now, as of the time of the filing of this report, the tweets had garnered thousands of comment likes and tweets, and yet days on, it has gone spiral. You could even say viral on the internet. Now, with the spread of terrorism and banditry in the country, the Kaduna-based Islamic scholar has been under fire over his comments, which has been intercepted and interpreted in some quarters to be in support of terrorists and bandits. In a post, Ogwefe Bukoye questioned Mr. Obi's latest action and vowed not to vote for him in the coming elections. As a way to welcome you to the program, The Standpoint, right here on Rapid 96.5 on the frequency modulated band. Joining me today live in the studio, no longer on phone, is Mazi Chinedum Obioha. He is an analyst all the way from Lagos State. Glad to have you in the studio today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure.
A pleasure is ours to have you here. Okay, so we'll go into the nitty-gritty. Of course, you heard the introduction. It's no longer news. That visit happened on Monday, but then that was not the idea of going to Kaduna. It was on the sidelines. The visit was to just pay a courtesy call, and some people think of it as a political move of some sort. What is the implication of the visit to Sheik Gumi on the LP presidential candidate? President, beg your pardon, Peter Obi.
Yeah, I'm very much appreciative of your invitation. Yesterday, I discussed about it on two other sister radio stations, Lagos and here. To me, I see it as a political movement, and I want to also join others who are celebrating that movement. Nigeria has been in trouble. Nigeria has been in a mess. I read the statement of Mr. Peter Obi, and I've also read the comments of other people. To me personally, I think there's nothing wrong in his visit. Nigeria has been facing some insecurity all these years, and the Sheik Gumi has been appointed. Accusing fingers have been appointed direct to him. But as a presidential candidate, he has a role to play by ensuring that if he is elected, that the country should be saved. And that is one of the movements. It's a strategy that he wants to adopt to seek dialogue. Dialogue is key in all these things. That's why we are telling even the president that even these insecurities, call these agitators into a roundtable conference. Nnamdi Kanu call him, call even the Sheik Gumi. Let us discuss. Of course, people have been accusing Sheik Gumi as one thing, but Peter Obi made a movement. But that movement should be celebrated. It's not only him he has visited. He has visited even Sokoto. He has visited other parts of the country. He has even visited Olafio of Oyo. All these things, all these people have key political personalities, and we need to celebrate that.
Let's take it from this angle. Here's the thing: if Peter Obi were to become president of Nigeria, he's not going to be president of Southeast.
Of course, he's not going to be.
He will not be president of Ndibo. He wouldn't be president of the youth. He would be president of all of Nigeria. Is it out of place for him to pay a courtesy visit.
That's my point. It's not out of place. That's why I told you I celebrated his movement. He went there to discuss. Of course, it was primarily aim of his going. He was invited on his way. He decided to pay a courtesy call. But I took time to read the reaction. Yeah. Sheik Gumi asked him some questions.
Okay.
One of the questions he asked him was, I want you to tell me how you're going to treat about restructuring, the insecurity, the unemployment. And the P2B took time to explain to him. But don't forget that the Sheik Gumi asked him that restructuring has been there since 1990, since 1960. So what's your view? He took time to explain. So that is why, in my own analysis, other places, about 2 radio stations called me yesterday. I said, look, he has done the right thing, and I joined him and other presidential aspirants to even have a dialogue with Sheik Gumi to see a way of ending this insecurity. Don't forget that even during the banditry in the north and all over the places, Sheik Gumi has been accused. Even the herdsmen, Sheik Gumi has even said that he wants Nigeria, he wants the president to establish the Ministry of Herdsmen, just like that of Niger Delta. So all these things are the things that the presidential candidates should sit down and discuss with him, so that we will see an end to this insecurity. So I think it's laudable.
Well, P2B has been in the news for quite some time now, and it seems like some of the negative impacts of his candidature are beginning to rear its ugly head. Most recently, El-Rufai accused P2B of police brutality and narrated how P2B allegedly arrested and detained him. Now, if we had to juxtapose this with his visit to Sheik Gumi, would you say that P2B, because of the massive support he's enjoying, that he's accepted by all?
Of course, yes. You see, the issue is this: P2B's candidature is a movement.
But Kaduna State Governor
El-Rufai accused him. It was I think he took it from the joking angle. And don't forget that P2B was in Abga then. He wasn't in charge of the federal might. I also read where P2B has refuted that. He said he wasn't in charge of the security. That even he came to campaign for the present Minister of Labor, Ngige, when he was contesting with him. Then he said, the security people that went to his hotel said, we have instruction, we are under instruction from Abuja. P2B has no link with Abuja. The authority in Abuja was PDP, and P2B was ABGA. So there's no how P2B would have masterminded. He said he praised him. So I think let us separate the whole thing. P2B had no hand. Of course, what happened during the time of Fayose, when he was the governor of Ekiti State, the same thing played out. Fayome, the same thing played out. But then it was PDP that was in authority. That even when APC was in authority, we saw how Fayose was eased out, even in this. While he was in State House. So I think we should leave all this. These are distractions. We should focus on the realities. Both Kaduna State Governor and other people, they should tell us how to move this country forward. All these things are distraction to me. So I said it jokingly that he has a right, he has a might, he has the armed forces with him that he can imprison P2B. But P2B took time to explain what happened. That he wasn't in charge. After all, there was no way. Don't forget that P2B, as a sitting governor, he has no control over the police.
Because of the structure of the Nigerian police.
Yeah, because the structure of Nigerian police is that even though you are the governor of a state, you don't have control over the commissioner of police. Before the commissioner of police of any state does anything, he takes instruction from the, if I use the word heaven, that's the upper room. So it wasn't the responsibility of P2B and of course, any state governor has no direct. He doesn't give. They don't give any instruction direct to the commissioner of police. If he does that, he will say, until I get instruction from the Inspector General of Police.
Well, Peter Obi was in Kaduna to grace an event organized by the Arawa Consultative Forum, ACF, Northern Elders Forum, and other groups for the party's standard bearers in the 2023 general election. While there, a certain video surfaced online, and it's been making the rounds. Let's see if we could pull that up real quick for you right here on the program. Of course, it's the standpoint.
After the other, you've not been following my campaign. That's all I can say. One is that the Eastern Security Network was formed by government of the Eastern states. These are the governors who formed security things. How can I go and condemn them?
That rare video, we just pulled up the audio for you where Peter B did confuse the ESN with Ebubago. He was asked questions about the ESN, which is the Eastern Security Network, the security wing of the indigenous people of Biafra. And in his response, he said, if I wasn't part of the group, that formed the ESN, why would I condemn them? Trying to allude to the Ebubago security outfit. Well, activities of the Eastern Security Network have been reduced a little bit. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree with you that the same thing with former Bakassi. Bakassi, when it was formed, they were doing the right thing until it was hijacked by political whatever.
But then if there's this confusion, a lot of allegations from the military, I would want to use the word allegations because people tend to call the, in quote, unknown gunmen the Eastern Security Network. Are these one and the same persons or group of persons? The modus operandi of the ESN, is it likened, or is it the same thing with the ESN? What is the function of the Eastern Security Network? What is their core mandate? Then what do the, in quotes, unknown gunmen do?
Yeah, I think some other time I said I don't agree with the name, in quote, unknown gunmen. There's nobody that is a person. You can't say somebody with a gun is unknown because they live in the community. Know them.
You know why that prefix unknown is added, because this group haven't claimed. Like when something happens in the northeast, there's a terrorist attack. You have Boko Haram. You have ISWAP, and they make a video, or they come to public, or they make a release and say, we claim that attack.
That's why I say I distance myself from the fact that they are unknown gunmen. They are known. Even the confusion, with due respect, I'm in the east here.
Okay.
Down southwest, we are of the opinion that the leadership of the southeast have not been doing the needful. With due respect to them, because we can't have ESN, at the same time Ebubago, and both of them are fighting like a cat and rat. They
fighting?
Yeah, and they are quarreling. This one said this, this one said this. So the point is that there has not been any synergy. If they are actually formed by the state governors, they should work in harmony, work together as a team.
With the security arm of the indigenous people of Biafra that has been prescribed by the federal government?
Well, I think we shouldn't go to that, because you should not say they are prescribed.
Because yes, there's a
right now
where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has decided to become a party to the case and has appealed so that
to be joined.
That's right.
That's
as a result of the prescription of the indigenous people of Biafra. And so, if an association or group of people have been prescribed,
what are they fighting for? I've read so many stories that they said we want to protect our people. That is Southeast people. We want to protect them. That is why the area I don't agree with them is killing of the security, the federal government security apparatus.
Do they?
I don't, because many times you see some soldiers, some policemen being slaughtered, and they are being accused that.
And that's why I'm saying, are these men of the Eastern Security Network,
who takes the responsibility? Have they come out to say we are the one who killed?
Leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra have said that they are not violent.
That's right.
They do not attack.
That's
the
right.
modus operandi is only to defend the
people,
the Biafra region, which
the
is
people, the people of the Southeast,
and the forest of the Southeast.
Of course,
So in that case, there's some people who are unmasked, who are taken to the streets of the Southeast, maiming, kidnapping, committing violent acts. I've had personal friends who have been shot dead in some of these attacks. Who is
we have been condemning that completely. I condemn that action. You don't have the right to take the life of any person. You don't have, and that is why I said I disagree with the word unknown gunmen. They should be fished out. Those that are perpetuating this violence in the Southeast, those of us that are in the West, we should come back rejoicing. We should sleep in our houses with our two eyes closed. But unfortunately, the coming to the East is a nightmare because of this unknown gunmen. But the issue is this: we want peace in the Southeast. We want peace. Let there be synergy. Just like what is happening in the South.
Let me bring it back. Well, Peter Obi's election, if he wins, did bring that peace to the Southeast.
I think so.
People drop the agitation.
I think so.
For an independent state.
I think so.
Will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go quiet?
I think so. Because do you know why I say so? That's why we are clamoring for unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. It will bring some level of peace and quietness in the South.
Really?
But let me ask you a question. What is Nnamdi Kanu fighting for? Is it not injustice? Is it not tribalism?
I don't know.
Well, of course you don't know, but that's it now. What we are experiencing today, bad leadership. We want good governance. That has been eluding Nigeria for the past how many years? So, assuming that P2B wins, I think Nigeria will experience a high level of quietness and peace, because he is being loved by all and sundry across the board, across the nation, not only in the southeast, not only in the southwest, even in the north. I read somewhere where he went to one of the presidential candidates rally last week. Instead of them to upload their candidature, then now they started singing the song of Obi.
Yeah,
that means that he is loved. Don't forget that what is P2B saying? I am not his fan anyway. I don't even that day I won't be able to vote because I'll be in the studio, because I won't have the time to go to vote. But what I'm saying is that look at what this man has said. Look at his antecedent. Look at what he said. Whatever he says, say go and verify. Go and verify. We want people who have conscience. We want people who fear God. We want people who have the interest of the masses at hand. We want people who will not say I, who will say we. That is what we are clamoring for. And that is why he is a man of the people, especially the youth. The youth are tired. Nigerians are tired. The elderly ones are tired. Everybody is tired. And they are seeing some light before P2B. And that's why everybody is now jumping, saying P2B, calling him the rock. So I think if by the grace of God he wins, I think if he wins, there should be some extent of peace. He's talking about the oil theft. He said those that are in authority are the one they know why our oil is being stolen. And he talked about even the security votes. He talked about that. He talked about so many things. And Nigerians appear to be listening to him. Nigerians appear to be dancing to him. Nigerians appear to even say, look at the cost of living, my dear. How much is a bag of rice now? Are you happy? How much do you give your wife? How much the transport fare from Lagos here? How much is even the airfare? How much is a liter of fuel? How much a liter of kerosene? You used 1,000 naira to buy your food items. Then you buy another fuel. The kerosene is how much to cook it? So is that what this? I've seen 50s. I've seen 50s. I've seen 60s. I've seen 70s up to present. I've never seen the country so bad. Really? Economically, I've not seen we are so divided. We want a unifier. We want somebody that say, I will make a sacrifice.
If he is not, largely accepted by the northern folks,
is your own. That's what your own assumption. Until then, you see, let me tell you, I spent 15. I spent 17 years. I spent 17 years in the north. I know their character. But there's no part of the north I don't know.
That's not enough to say if he is widely accepted over there.
Let me tell you, the north believe in themselves. It is you and I, right, that don't believe in what we have.
So what are you saying? They prefer a northern candidate?
No, north has been there, and me, I'm an advocate of a southern president, a southeast president. Let me be able to say that. That does not mean that I support any of them. We want people. The north has been there, from the north to the west, from the west to the north. What happened? Is this country, does it belong to north and west?
Okay, I think you're becoming very impassioned. The Arewa Joint Committee, which is made up of representatives from frontline northern groups such as the Arewa Consultative Forum, the Northern Elders Forum, Madu Bello Foundation, Arewa Research and Development Project, and Jamia Amatana Arewa. The program started on Saturday. It was attended by Atiku Abubakar, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Kola Abiola of the People's Redemption Party, PRP, and Adewola Adeboye of the Social Democratic Party. Bola Tinubu, candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Mr. B of the Labour Party, and the NPP candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso were billed for Monday, but Rabiu pulled out, and his statement made headlines. He claimed the organizations behind the event were biased towards one of the candidates. I wouldn't know which he was.
Nobody knows the candidate.
Alleged. Anyway, the statement by Gumi has been trending, of who he will vote or why he will vote Peter Obi. He said, he as you've come here to Kaduna, people would like to hear your views about restructuring Nigeria.
Of course, he said it.
Nigeria has been restructuring itself from independence to date. It was never static. But I want to know about your views on restructuring so that I can write on my Facebook page, this is a presidential candidate who can do this for me. I will assure him of my vote.
If that's
a conditional statement.
It's a conditional, but then let me tell you one thing. If he has said that, the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, you remember where they went for a function,
the video, and he stood up and said, my job is here.
My job is finished. He asked him to take over. So and there is another prominent man from the Yoruba land who said it is the turn of the Southeast. So we are talking about justice, equity, and fairness. If we must move this country forward, these three things, justice, equity, fairness, must come to play. And that is why all around, look at how Peter Obi went and picked his running mate from Kaduna. And they speak the same language, not like Starcom of those days. What we want is peace, tranquility. What we want is equity. What we want is do me as you expect others to be treated. Look at the issue of the Zamfara State Governor and the Benue State Governor. The issue of AK-47, and they asked my opinion. If our president now has given approval for Katsina people to procure AK-47 and others are denied, I don't know what's your opinion about that. That's what we're saying. We are to be treated equally. This security is all over. Then the governor of Benue said, so I will go ahead to procure it. And there was a statement that you don't have the right, but other people have the right. Is that not a justice? What we are saying is that we need this country to move from this consumption to production. We want to move from this insecurity to a secure nation. We want to move from this poverty level to production level, and that is the message. And it was said by one of the presidential aspirants, and other presidential aspirants have even taken it, that we want to see a situation where Nigeria will be, instead of consuming, nation, it should be a product. We want people. What do we even import? We don't produce anything. We import everything, including toothpick. We import it. How can you grow? Is the economy working? The economy is not working. How much is our budget? How much is how much do we spend in servicing our debt? How much is our total budget this year? How much? Look at the crude oil that is being stolen.
A lot of people who push for the P2B candidacy and his supporters tend to see him as some messiah. If I had to use a biblical term, Jesus is coming. Now, can P2B as a man, a single man, turn around the fortunes?
He cannot do it alone. He needs the cooperation of others. That is why he's going from one place to the other.
So for you, what makes you think he's, more qualified than...
Leadership is quality. Leadership is key. If the leader gets it right, then the follower will. You see, we need leadership by example. Who is a leader? A leader is a servant. A leader is a person who is lead, and the followers will see the movement and follow him. Not a leader that will not know what other people are doing. Not a leader that will sleep. P2B appears to be commanding a very large crowd of good people, and they are showing. He asked about this corruption. They asked him, how do you intend to stop corruption? One, he said, there should be a strong institution, not a strong human being. Secondly, look at the leader.
But we do have the ICPC and the EFCC. Are they not strong enough?
Are they strong enough?
I don't know.
Are they strong enough? The answer is I don't know. Let me not be quoted out of concept.
The EFCC,
what we are saying, how many cases have they won? How many cases have they lost? We are talking about strong institutions, not strong human beings. P2B said, look at me. If I'm corrupt, my followers will be corrupt. So if a leader, as a father is a leader in the house. A father is a leader is a servant. Where you see, do what I say,
okay,
and do what I do. Both of them should work in harmony. Not do what I say and not what I do. So right. They're looking at you, the way you are going. One man said, he has his son. The son was watching the father. The father was going up from bush to the path. I said, my father, walk straight because I'm following you. Leadership is key. So if we have a leader who walks straight, and I seems to believe that the man P2B is walking straight, he's walking in that direction, because he said, go and verify what I did when I was a governor, and nobody has contradicted him.
Well, all the other persons have occupied one political office or the other. Tinubu Bola Ahmed was governor of Lagos State. He has claims that he was the transformer of Lagos State. Atiku used to be vice president and, of course, headed the economic team, and also, is very, very vocal about his contributions to the stabilization of the economy under Olusegun Obasanjo. But here is that video where Obasanjo said his job is done, but then you're going to only be listening to the audio right here on Standpoint Rapid 96.5 FM. Still right here, we'll open up the phone lines for a few minutes and then wrap up the conversation today.
Friends of Nigeria,
That moment, he pulled Peter B from his seat and placed him where he was seated. He handed over the microphone, saying, "My job here is done," and he left the venue of the event. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo was the center of attraction at an event after he offered his seat to Labour Party's presidential candidate. That dramatic incident took place at an event organized to celebrate the national award given to the president of the African Export-Import Bank, Professor Benedict Orama. This is the standpoint. Yes, we would love to hear what you think on the issues that have been raised here today. Peter B's visit to Gumi, mixed reactions all over the place. And of course, does it put a dent on his campaign for the position of President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? To contribute on the program this morning, call the number 0916 0333 965. 0916 0333 965. You can also call 0916 0000 965. 0916 0333 965. Take advantage of our WhatsApp portal 0916 0333 965 and make your contributions. Would want to read from you, and please stop flashing. I think that era is outdated. Nobody does that anymore. You can borrow airtime to call. You can buy from your bank. You can even do whatever to get airtime
or share from your friend.
Yeah. If you can't call, you let us know. We'll call you, and then you make your contributions on the show. But then flashing is not in vogue. It's not. It's no longer fashionable. All right. Still keeping with the conversation here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu expecting to hear a statement. Of course, the benefits of his release, like Mazi Chinedum has said, is enormous for the Southeast, and we're hoping that the release will be concluded, and then we'll begin to talk about some of the issues as regards moving the nation forward. It just seems as though the arrest and detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has stalled everything. Everything just seems to have been put on hold, and suddenly Peter B's emergence seemed to spark some light. I'm talking about this part of the country now. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I think I was the first person while there to condemn the sit at home, especially last year during the time the children were writing their NECO examination. I know some schools in Imo State were shut down, and I said it will take the grace of God for the children to gain admission unless they were able to pass their SSC exams. With Nnamdi Kanu's release, it will go a long way to bring down the tension. The South is in the tension, and
even with the announcement last week about his discharge,
people are saying
people still didn't even. A lot of people didn't go out on Monday.
Yeah, because of fear of uncertainty. I was here on Monday. I was in Mumbai to monitor things because I know they were going to call me to ask for my opinion. But I think that there were jubilations all over throughout the South, even in Nigeria. Like I called in your radio here. I said there was peace, there was joy, even in heaven for that singular.
Did you visit heaven? Did you monitor heaven?
So now it's like about just 3 or 4 sister station Lagos were calling me. Mazi, what's your opinion? My opinion is this: it is long overdue, and don't forget that sometime last year, the leaders of thought, some leaders of thought from the South is here, visited our president and demanded for his unconditional release or possibly bail, and that they will guarantee his whatever. The president said, the Nnamdi Kanu now
the court.
Apart from that, he said he has opportunity now to defend himself, that he has never interfered with the judicial process. Now he also made it bold to say that he will obey the court decision. Now the court has said free this man. I join my voice with your own voice and other people to say, our dear president, let the music play. See a reason to get Nnamdi Kanu released unconditionally, because the court said he's no longer. In fact, he was not even guilty. But you know, there are processes. By on Monday, the lawyers,
did the judgment say he wasn't guilty? The judgment said the extradition process was not legal, and of course,
then if the process was not
everything
legal, then it means that he was not even guilty as at the time. Yes,
that makes sense.
Yes, so then his team of lawyers said, we are going to procure the certified true copy and serve it on DSS and the Attorney General of Police. Then I'm sure those things have been served. Then what is now left? We want to ask our president to use his good office. He's the father of the nation, to get Nnamdi Kanu released and ask him, go and sin no more. Just like that woman that was caught in the act of idolatry. And Jesus said, what are your accusers? They've neither condemned you, neither will I condemn you. Go and sin no more. We want peace in this country. Southeast have suffered economically. Do you know how much it cost? The wastage, the fear, the lives of people that have been wasted. Those of us that are from Lagos, we can't come. Insecurity everywhere. You talk about kidnapping. There's no place that's safe. The roads are bad.
Let's just take one call and run away from the studio. Hello. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, communication wasn't effective, but we are practically out of time. I would have loved to take Go and See No More as your last words on the program today, and hopefully we look forward to having the pleasure of your presence in the studio again.
It's my friend. I've been a friend all over, right from Lagos and even while in the East here. So thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
I love your studio. Very beautiful.
Good to know.
Very beautiful. So
you just put it down in the Vistos book. We would appreciate that.
No. I will do that. I want to go on air by the weekend, because I'll be in Lagos by the weekend. I will say go and see the modern studio in Umuahia. Umuahia has been my home, and I think thank you for the opportunity. Thank the management for bringing me in to contribute my own quota, especially enlightening the people, and also using this opportunity to advise our Southeast people: get your PVC. Don't sit back. The day of election, go and cast your vote. It is your vote that matters. Not only getting your PVC. You must go out and vote according to your conscience. Just like Ngige said, he's going to vote for according to his conscience. So thank you very much. I'm delighted.
It's been a pleasure having the company of Mazi Chinedum Obioha, a national analyst. And of course, we've looked at a range of issues, and no gainsaying that we look forward to having him some other time. On the other side, you've been there. I really appreciate you tuning in and being a part of the program Standpoint. My name is Temple Barra. Standpoint makes a return tomorrow at 10 a.m. Until then, have yourself a great day and keep listening to the sound of your city, Rapid 96.5 FM. Bye for now.
Now you can go global rapidly. You can listen to us from anywhere in the world at www.rapidfm965.com. Plus, you can get social and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and other social media platforms at Rapid965FM. Rapid965FM. On WhatsApp, it's 091 60
Let's do this. Now, wait till they happen. Why you they worry? Life for now, just so just try to take them softly.